even when you think you know it all or you've learned it all, there's still so much more to unlearn to make space for a new perspective that we might be missing out on.
For sure. And that was beautifully put because it reminds me back to my grandmother. She would say it was a saying in Italian,
Hmm.
and it sounds much better what I'm about to say, but basically she would always tell my mom, who passed that down to us,
Yeah.
the 90-year-old woman still learn something new every day.
Hmm.
And you hear that as a kid and you're like, what? How does that make sense? And you get older and you start to realize, wow, like you even when you think you know it, you don't. Like there's always something to learn. There's always something to improve on.
Yeah.
And it doesn't always have to be in the arts. It has to be about you and as an individual. This
Yeah.
pandemic has, enlightened me and made me realize like a lot of things that I was not doing right. I'm not perfect. I didn't
Hmm.
come out of it like a superstar, but there's a lot of things that I think it exposed people in a way and made
Yeah.
you like kind of force yourself to sit alone with your thoughts. I think that's a lot reason why a lot of people struggle with this lockdown and the pandemic itself is they weren't really forced to sit themselves down and think and reflect on who they are, or be busy with who they are. They were
Yeah.
always dependent on going out or going to the club, going to the bar. What are your views on that? Like how the pandemic planned out? Like, do you think it affected you the same way, or did it help you channel your artistry better?
I think it definitely uh, it took me both ways. It did challenge me
Right.
in my interest and like art in a good way. But then in about like I guess the bad part was it challenged my mental health a little bit.
Hmm.
Um, but I think that's what like majority of us like it challenged our mental health. I'm pretty sure most of the population has had like a breakdown or two at least
Yeah.
once over these three lockdowns.
Yeah.
Um, but like for me, I guess it was good in a sense where I was kind of already in a period of isolation before the pandemic even started.
Mm.
But that isolation came from me dealing with things that I was going through with my mental health journey.
Mm.
Um, and I was dealing with major depressive disorder. So I
Mm.
already had kind of thrown myself into very deep isolation, and I was very isolated from society for a while. Um, for about a year, I would say. Like I had taken myself off of social media, and I had committed myself to pulling myself out of whatever I was going through, and showing up and going to therapy consistently, taking the time off of. Well, I had graduated school, so my at that point it was I just had to be relentless for myself,
Yeah.
and show up for myself. So everything else got put on hold, and it was just me, my mental health, and me going to therapy like a few times a week, and connecting with people that were going through the same things as me.